So good afternoon once again. So today we will be continuing our packing question answers. Yes, in our last class we have completed I think 7 to 8 questions. So I will be following up with the next of it, remaining part of the questions. Okay. So be ready with your copy and your books. Yes, the test is mandatory. That is your assignment. You can't skip it. Okay. So write down the next question. The next question is, I'm telling the previous question, you just tell me whether you have written the previous question or not. That is something related to who was that person he referred in the story. Okay, like kind of reference to that old friend, his previous roommate. I think you have written that answer. Isn't it correct? I forgot the exact question. Okay, right from the next one, that is, how did the narrator claim his energetic nature? How did the narrator claim his energetic nature? How did the narrator claim his energetic nature? Okay, write down the answer. You write down these answers. Few answers I will make you write down. So write. The narrator says that he was not able to sit and see another man slaving and working. Sit and see that another man slaving and working. Full stop. He would get up and superintend. He would get up and superintend. SUPERINTEND. Superintend and walk round with hands in his pockets. And walk around with his hands in his pocket, and tell him what to do. This I'm writing from paragraph number 3, the last portion of paragraph number 3. Okay, and tell him what to do. First off, in this way he claimed his energetic nature. In this way he claimed his energetic nature. Okay? Next question. Next question is, what was the horrible idea? What was the horrible idea within quotation? What was the horrible idea? What was the horrible idea? Horrible idea within quotation. Okay. So write down the answer. So the horrible idea means for this what you will write, while finishing the packing, suddenly he had the horrible idea about his toothbrush. And the idea was that he was not able to remember whether he has packed the toothbrush or not. That was the horrible idea. So the horrible idea was that he was not able to remember whether he has packed the toothbrush or not. Okay, you can write this on your own. Next question you write, what used to haunt him? What used to haunt him whenever? What used to haunt him whenever he was traveling? What used to haunt him whenever he was traveling? So here also you have to mention about the toothbrush. Okay, so you have to write from this paragraph number 5, the second paragraph of point number 5. See, my toothbrush is a thing that haunts me when I am traveling and makes my life a misery. So you just write this statement in like short. You just write that the toothbrush was a thing that used to haunt him whenever he was traveling. That's it. Then after giving full stop, we will be explaining how it used to haunt him. Okay, so there he will write that often in the middle of the sleep he will wake up remembering about his toothbrush, and he will immediately pack the toothbrush in his bag. Then morning again he had to take out the toothbrush as he had to brush his teeth, and eventually he would forget to put it back. And in the hurry, finally, at last, every time it happens that he will hurry up and he will come back to the home, and he will somehow wrap the toothbrush in his handkerchief and put it in the pocket, and he would reach the station. So this episode you have to write in short. You have to make it precise, and you have to write. Okay, so you have to write it from this paragraph number 5. Okay, come to the next question. Where did he finally find his toothbrush? Where did he finally find his toothbrush? Where did he finally find his toothbrush? So answer, you know that he finally found his toothbrush inside a boot. Okay, that is in the end line of paragraph number 6. Paragraph number 6, the end line is the answer. Okay, next question. When did the narrator finally finish his packing? When did the narrator finally finish his packing? These are all short questions, so you know the answer. At 10:05 p.m. At 10:05 p.m. Okay, that is the answer. Next question you write down the same question with number 9. In your exercise you are having question number 9 as it is given. The question can be made in a different way also, so just write down the question. What did Harry suggest? What did Harry suggest? Someone just said that I was late in the class. Okay, fine. Okay, not a problem, Samrat. So Sangam, why you are Ricky, and next is why you are in section Oak? You are supposed to be in Pine, right? Okay, no problem, Samrat. You continue. So I'm talking to Ricky. Ricky, your name is Sangam. Sangam is that Sangam whom I know, or you are a different Sangam? I'm confused. Are you Sangam Sen? Ricky, are you Sangam Sen? You are the same Sangam. Your Sangam Sen, right? Okay, then Sangam Sen is supposed to be in the section Pine, not in section Oak. Section Pioneer. Okay, I will talk this later. First, you need to write down the question. So, write it down. So, what did Harris suggest? What did Harris suggest after the narrator had completed his packing? What did Harris suggest after the narrator had completed packing? This question is same with question number 9 from your exercise book. You see, what did George and Harris offer to pack and why? Okay, kind of similar answer. The question is kind of similar. So for this, the answer you will get that, come to paragraph number 7, the end 3 lines you see. Paragraph number 7, the last 3 lines. Harris said that we should be wanting to start in less than 12 hours time and thought that he and George had better do the rest. So what should be your answer? You have to say that Harris suggested that as they would be starting their journey in less than 12 hours, therefore the narrator need to leave the rest of the packing for Harris and George. Rest of the packing means the packing of the hamper which was left. Okay. And now come to the next question. How was their attitude? How was their attitude? There means George and Harris. How was their attitude while packing the hamper initially? How was their attitude while packing the hamper initially? So this question you write down the answer. They began packing the hamper. They began packing the hamper in a light-hearted spirit. They began packing the hamper in a light-hearted spirit, evidently intending to show, see, I'm writing from the book only, evidently intending to show the narrator how to pack with ease. How to pack with ease, E-A-S-E. Full stop. That should be your answer. Okay, now come to the next question. Underline one line from your book, paragraph number 8. Paragraph number 8, you see, with the exception of George, Harris is the worst packer in this world. With the exception of George, Harris is the worst packer in this world. Underline this line from your book, and your question is explain this line. So you just copy down this line later on. So beside your book, you just mark it, just underline the line that I just said and write explain, means the meaning of the line. What is the meaning of the line? So with the exception of George, Harris is the worst packer in this world. So write down the answer. The narrator wanted to mean that George was obviously a worst packer and Harris is no less worse than him, and Harris is no less worse than him. Full stop. This is the answer. Next question. Underline this part from the same paragraph, the last line. The thing would soon become exciting. The thing would soon become exciting. This line from the same paragraph, paragraph number 8, the last line. The thing would soon become exciting. So, reference to this line, your question is, what was the thing? What was the thing? What was the thing? Subpart of the question is how the thing really turned out to be exciting. How the thing really turned out to be exciting. Okay, so write down this answer. So answer for the first subpart, what was the thing? So for that you write the packing activity of George and Harris, for the hamper was the thing. Full stop. Next question means next paragraph. That activity turned out to be exciting as expected by the narrator. Full stop. They started it with breaking a cup. And rest of the mess, mess followed. Rest of the mess followed one after the other. Full stop. And rest of the mess followed one after the other. Okay. Next question. How did George and Harris spoil the tomatoes and the pies? How did George and Harris spoil SPOIL, spoil the tomatoes and the pies, PIES? So this one you can mention that how the tomatoes were spoiled because they kept the strawberry jam over the tomato and the tomato got squashed. In the same way, they put heavier things over the pie and the pie was also smashed. Heavier things on the top of the pie, therefore the pie also got smashed. So this part you have to write for this answer. Okay, it's easy. Next is, go for the next question. What irritated Okay, there is one question to ask you that you have you received a link from school? Have you received a link from school? A link was given to you from school. Have you received the link? Sir, na bolche. Okay, I think if you check your e-portal and all, you will get the link. Okay, so according to the notification, whatever notice you have got, you have to follow the link. The link has been given to you. Okay, after the class, you just check the link. The link for your assignments, you have got the notice today morning only. Okay. So come to the next question. What irritated them while they were packing the hampers? What irritated them while they were packing the hampers? Along with that, another question. What was their reaction to that? What was their reaction to that? I'm repeating the question. What irritated them while they were packing the hampers? Next is, what was their reaction to that? Now the answer, you know that what was the irritation? So they were irritated when the narrator, instead of making any comment, just came more closer and sat at the edge of the table and watched them continuously. Okay, so that activity irritated them. And what was their reaction? Their reaction was they got nervous and excited. With that, they got nervous and excited that the narrator was constantly watching them. So they got nervous and excited. So that will be the answer. You can write. Next question. Why the narrator said this? Why the narrator said this? What was this? You underline this portion. Paragraph number 10. Para number 10, I never saw two men do more with 1 and 2 pence worth of butter. This is the statement. So why the narrator said this? This is the question for it. Why the narrator said this? paragraph number 10. I never saw two men do more with 1 and 2 pence worth of butter in my whole life. This is the sentence. You underline the sentence and write down the question. Why the narrator said this? Okay. Now, the answer for this question that I will discuss in my next class, because already today's class timing is over and few other questions is left. So I hope I will be able to complete this chapter fully in my next class. Okay. So till then, you just go and check the website as you have been directed and wait for your next class. Okay. Bye bye.